Welcome to Cosmic Intuitive Tarot. My name is Tanya. Today's reading is going to be for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the pre-meditation, I did see a lot of the color orange, so that is your sacral chakra. So you might be feeling a bit of passion being ignited right now, creativity, something is driving you forward. You may have recently went through a bit of a dark period, maybe even a dark night of the soul. But I do see light ahead of the tunnel and that you are moving forward and coming out of that period. That sacral chakra, that passion may be what is pushing you forward. I also did see like structure. So there's strong foundations that you're laying for this new adventure and this new journey that you're going to be embarking on. So all the things that you have gone through, it is laying solid foundation for you to move forward. We're going to pull some tarot here, see what wants to come forward, and then we will get some clarifiers. Remember, only take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you do feel like maybe your sacral chakra is blocked and you are lacking that creativity and that passion, or maybe even a sexual drive, I encourage you to do like some kind of color meditation or color work with the color orange, work with orange stones, and even dancing. Dancing helps unblock that sacral chakra as well. You may have been in this dark period for a while. Might have been in a bit of a hermit mode, which is your major arcana. Getting some intuitive downloads. Your crown chakra might also be lighting up right now, so you probably are receiving those divine downloads. Intuition's getting stronger. We got the Justice, so you could be dealing with a Libra, or this is all about balance. We did get that Hermit, which is what I was seeing in the meditation. That is your major arcana. Five of Cups in reverse, so you are coming out of that sadness, loss, and depression. We got the Moon in reverse, so there might be a bit of a fear right now, fear of the unknown. Probably have some decisions that lie ahead of you. Some kind of truth and clarity that's coming forward. We do have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. This can be somebody you're dealing with, or those are the energies that you are embodying. We get a flipper. Take the top one. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. So this is achievements, it's success. Can also be a lustful energy. But I do see here you finding that balance by going inwards and working on yourself, working on things from your past that have caused some pain and depression for you and sadness. There's been some loss somewhere along the way, whether it was in your past or along on this journey. And there is some fear on making some kind of choice that you have. There is some kind of truth that is either going to be resurfacing for you, or some kind of clarity that you will find when you are going through this journey of, finding that inner light within yourself. And in that solitude, you will find some kind of truth and clarity. You are either dealing with a fire earth sign, that's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, like fellow Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or these are your energies. I could be talking to a divine masculine. But that King of Wands is all about that passion. I did see in the meditation that you have passion that's being ignited, creativity, power that is driving you forward. You are very grounded and stable. I do see success. Could also be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We do have Queen of Cups on the board. And that could be the choice and decision that you have to make, have something to do with that person or within that energy that they're embodying. They don't necessarily have to be a water sign. The Queen of Cups is somebody who's very intuitive. She's very caring and nurturing. And she leads with her intuition. She's also seen as like a spiritual leader or teacher. You might have some fear of your own stability. And you are facing and overcoming those loss and sadness and depression. So let's get some clarifiers here to get some more details, because I did see you moving towards the light. I did see a light at the end of the tunnel, so you definitely have been in some type of hermit mode. I'm going to start with Justice. This is Libra's major arcana. You can be dealing with a Libra, or it's just calling in for balance between your heart and mind. It's also universal law. So this could have been some of the things that you've discovered and things that you have, faced throughout that time of solitude. You've been gaining a higher learning, a higher understanding. You've had to make some difficult decisions. Bottom of the deck, we have King of Swords, which is also Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. We got the Eight of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Hanged Man. So you are facing a bit of an anxiety. This is telling you to just find that balance between your mental entrapments, your own mental stability. Find a different perspective, a higher perspective on the situation, gain some spiritual awareness and enlightenment around the situation. And you will find a new creative, inspirational idea to help you move forward and get you out of this dark night of the soul period. It is going to require you to speak your truth. Looks like there is some truth. There has been some kind of separation, it looks like. Yeah, there's been a separation here between you and it could also be another air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. There is some communication that needs to happen between the two of you. There was a lot of passion there, it looks like. This could have been somebody that you were friends with or are friends with. Looks like you do possibly see her as your divine counterpart. You've been facing a bit of an abandonment. And you need to seek harmony and balance within that. So there is some kind of communication that needs to happen here, which is causing you to feel a bit mentally entrapped, probably because you haven't been speaking your truth on the matter. And it's, causing you that anxiety and those sleepless nights. So here it's just telling you to find your balance and, find a higher perspective, a higher learning on the situation, and gain some spiritual awareness around it. Okay, let's see what this Hermit is. It was in reverse. So this is your major arcana, but when the Hermit's in reverse, it's feeling lonely. It's like a withdrawal type thing. So you might be, isolating yourself at this time. It's also a time that, it is a time to work on yourself. Work on your manifestations, work on your own alignments, trusting in your intuition. Eight of Pentacles, so this is all about putting in that work. So there is work that's needed here. It could actually have to do with work, or this is just saying go inwards and work on yourself. Sometimes it requires us to hermit mode, to go inwards and have that solitude so that we can discover things within ourselves and learn and grow and expand. We got the Four of Pentacles. We got the Knight of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Ace of Cups here sideways. So somebody here is holding on to some past conflicts and competitions and arguments and disputes. And it looks like it looks like there's been some boundaries that have been set. I'm seeing that Queen of Swords again, so you very well may be dealing with an air sign or somebody who is embodying that energy. The Queen of Swords is all about being a truth seeker. She is, she's very logical, and her sword cuts both ways. Her sword is very sharp on both ends, and she can be very swift with her precision. But it looks like somebody here has been holding on, whether this is you or that Queen of Swords, has been holding on to some past arguments, conflicts, even maybe competition here. But I do see that there is passion. Something is driving you forward, pushing you forward. So again, it was all about that sacral chakra that I was talking about earlier, to find that creativity, that passion, that drive, your sexual energy to help push you forward and find the light at the end of that tunnel. But I do see that because you do have that action of wands, the Knight of Wands upright, who is very bold, courageous, passionate. He's driven. You have the Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of love within this situation. It's just going to require a lot of work. It's working past those conflicts and working past these arguments. But there has been boundaries that have been set. Okay. All right, let's see what this Five of Cups is in reverse. This is, it's leaving behind all those, depression, loss, sadness, and grief, and moving forward and moving on from those situations. There's that Queen of Swords again. So this very well could be that, moving on from that Queen of Swords. Or you could be moving towards collaboration. You got the Emperor on the bottom. It's Aries Major Arcana. It's divine masculine energy. Bottom of the deck, we have Three of Cups. This is friendships. It's unionship. It's a celebration. It also can be seen as a reconciliation. And there she is again, Queen of Swords. So this definitely has to do with, she doesn't have to necessarily be an air sign, but she embodies that energy, or that it's how you see her as. And it looks like there is success here. You are moving away. You are moving on from this situation. You are gaining a higher perspective, a higher learning. You're transitioning and going through that, which is what I was seeing in that meditation, was that you guys have been in a dark period right now, and you are finding that light at the end of the tunnel and moving on, whether it's moving on from this person or just moving on from the situation at hand and finding that harmony. Looks like there's some investment here, an investment in a relationship, whether it's on your end or their end. There is an investment. Yeah. But it looks like there's looks like some, things need to be exchanged. Apologies probably need to be exchanged. But you do have that Ten of Pentacles with the Empress. And when we started at the split, it was the Emperor. So this is like a divine pair, or you see this person as your divine pair. And there is movement here. But again, you need to find that balance within your own stability. And I do see you being successful in this, though, because you do have the Nine of Pentacles, which is all about success. It is a single energy. So you might be wondering if this person, this Empress that you are dealing with is single, and it is saying here in the cards that she is. It is that Nine of Pentacles is a single energy. It's all about sex, success, wealth, and luxury. And it's a single energy. So this person is single, and I do see you gaining a higher perspective, a higher learning, and transitioning and coming out of that dark night of the period for a reconciliation of some kind of communication with this energy. Okay, let's see what the moon was in reverse. This is like fear. Sometimes can be seen as like releasing the fear, because the moon is our intuition. It's the unknown, and it can be a fearful energy. And when it's in reverse, sometimes it's saying you're not trusting your intuition. Other times it's saying that you are releasing that fear and starting to trust in your intuition. So we'll see what comes forward here. I got that Ace of Wands again, I'm seeing. So this is all about that passion that's being ignited. So within you trusting your intuition and releasing fears, your sacral chakra will lighten up, and you will have more passion, and your passion will get ignited again. I do see achievements here with this. Four of Wands, that's that 1111 card. So this is harmony. It is, can even be marriage. It's celebration. We got the Two of Swords. So this is some kind of choice that needs to be made. You might feel like you're at a crossroads with the situation right now, but it is a choice that you have to go inwards and decide on. So you might be feeling a bit indecisive. We did get the Seven of Pentacles sideways. So this is like an investment. It is something that's going to take time, or you have been taking your time to make that decision. And then you have the Cosmic Seed. So the Cosmic Seed in traditional tarot goes to 21. This deck goes to 22. And the Cosmic Seed is all about the quantum realm. It's about source, and it's about having access to the infinite. So there's something here about a decision and a choice that you have to make. It is going to take time. You need to contemplate it. You're going to have to nurture this. But you do have access to the infinite here because you have that moon sign. You very well could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces moon. You don't necessarily have to be, but you know, you are a very intuitive person, is what this is saying, and you do have access to that infinite, and you do have access to source, but it is a decision you have to make. And within that is harmony and truth and clarity. And through that, you will be going to the calmer waters from turbulent situations that you have been through. It looks like there's been a lot here in the past that has hurt your heart. And again, you just need to gain a higher learning and a higher understanding on the situation and find your balance with, you need to find your balance with things that might not be for the better of your good. So they can be addictions, they can be codependencies, they can be negative mindsets. They are those things that bind and chain us. And you need to find your balance with that. And that's how you get into alignment. Okay, let's see what the Two of Wands is. This is that choice. Making a choice to collaborate, could be with people or even the divine, your higher self, trusting in that intuition more. High Priestess at the split. Empress again at the bottom of the deck. So this is something to do with a divine feminine. And this could be what that choice is. We got the Ace of Wands. We got the Nine of Cups in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles. So the Nine of Cups in reverse, it's not feeling worthy. It's dissatisfied. and it sometimes can be lustful. And then you got the Ace of Wands. So it very well could be a lustful energy. So you might be wanting, there is some kind of new opportunity here though, because you have that Page of Pentacles. So there is some kind of new opportunities, can be something you've manifested, but there is some kind of new opportunity with this Divine Feminine, with this Empress energy. This is a choice that you have to make. Just find your balance in that, within that decision and within that choice, and make sure it's not all out of lust. Make sure there's a balance there. Because you do have that, you do have that Ace of Wands. So there is passion here, and this is what's going to get that passion ignited for you. But you are right now feeling a bit not worthy, and a bit lustful. And it's making you feel not satisfied. So there's a dissatisfied here. You're feeling dissatisfied within this situation. Looks like either this Empress or you. Looks like this Empress could be reaching out to you and communicating with you and offering you something. There's been some kind of separation with this person. You need to trust your intuition. Looks like you're getting a lot of sleepless nights, anxiety. You're probably having nightmares right now, or this energy is. But you do have the Lovers and the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups. So this is definitely somebody from your past. It could be somebody you have shared even past lives with. And this person it's in alignment with you, because you got the Magician and then the Emperor. So this is a divine pair. This is divine union. These aren't particularly my twin flame cards, but I would say this is damn near close to it, because you got the Lovers, the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Magician, and then in between it all, you got the Emperor and the Empress. So this is definitely divine unionship here. You need to find that strength and that courage to find that truth, speak your truth, communicate whatever this is, and take a leap of faith. That is going to require a leap of faith. And it's going to require some patience. But remember to, just remain balanced within this situation here. But it looks like that decision and that choice is yours to make. So I don't know if this person hasn't reached out, because they might be waiting for you to reach out, but it looks like the choice is yours on what you do with the matter. All right, let's see what the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This is like feeling impatient, and needing to find your balance within that. It's, when we plant our seeds, we have to nurture them. This may have something to do with you've manifested, and you're being impatient about it. We got the Five of Swords on the bottom, 10 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and Three of Swords. So there's a lot of mental energy going on here. A lot of contemplation. This has to do with some type of separation, something that has hurt you. Looks like you have set some boundaries because of some arguments and conflicts. There's been boundaries that have been set. But there is a completion of a cycle here. So you did get that Ten of Swords. So this isn't a cycle that's completing for you. And there's action that's going to happen from this. You just need to, remain balanced, have patience in the situation. It is something that's going to take time. You got to find that strength and courage to take a leap of faith. And then I'm seeing that Queen of Cups again, which we have down here. So you could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, there's definitely balance that's needed here. Looks like there could have been possibly a missed opportunity from something. And there's sadness and loss from that. But I do see, there is that completion, a completion of a cycle. And that Knight of Swords comes in for clarity, communication. He's swift, he's precise, and he's quick. So this can be somebody that's coming towards you, or this is you wanting to communicate. But it looks like there has been boundaries that have been set, that you set some boundaries up. Okay, Ace of Swords. This is the Ace is what those Knights come in with, and this one's coming in with that Ace of Swords. This is truth, it's clarity, it's communication. It's also victory. Looks like you may have gained a higher learning on something. You got that Seven of Wands. This is that boundaries. It's also standing your ground, standing up for something. We got the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Wands again, and the Moon. So somebody here, it's some kind of choice from your past. There's a choice here you have to make from your past. Looks like you are in contemplation right now about it. You're working on possibly your stability and some kind of collaboration, maybe with community or even with the divine. You are looking towards your future, it looks like. But the King of Wands, again, he's passionate, he's creative, he's driven, and he's very charismatic. And then you got that Five of Pentacles in reverse, and this is coming out of the cold. It's leaving behind financial instability. It's leaving behind the feelings of abandonment, and to trust your intuition with this. You could be getting intuitive downloads in the evening. Like when you're sleeping, you might be receiving dreams and signs and synchronicities during during your sleep cycle. I was also seeing in the meditation, like even numbers. So I was seeing a lot of like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I was seeing like synchronicities of even numbers. I don't know if that means anything to you or not, but okay, let's see. The King of Wands, again, he's charismatic, passionate, driven, he's courageous. Looks like you are gaining that higher learning. There is some kind of higher learning you're gaining here. A higher knowing of something. We got the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. There is a divine pair here that is your minor arcana. It's also Taurus and Capricorn. But same thing, she's very grounded, stable. She is very easygoing and is a positive person. Someone that, she's just very positive and goes with the flows of things. We got the Ace of Pentacles, so there is a new opportunity with this. We got the Page of Wands and the King of Cups. So you have two divine pairs here. So this is definitely a divine union. This is definitely your person, your soulmate. But the King of Cups, that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And so again, I was feeling like this could be your moon sign. I was feeling that earlier in the reading. It doesn't necessarily have to be, or, this is just the King of Cups is very intuitive, and he is also seen as like a spiritual master. And he's very grounded and stable within his emotions. And then you got that Page of Wands. So this is a new opportunity that is something that can also mean travel, some kind of new opportunity to travel. And it's going to make you very happy. And if that's not it, this is a new opportunity that is going to ignite some kind of passion, and it's going to light you up, and it's going to fill your cup up and make you very happy. And it could be coming from this Queen of Pentacles. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but it looks like she's the underlining reason behind this. So there can be some kind of message coming from this person, or this is just telling you that there's going to be a new opportunity when you ignite that passion within you, that sacral chakra, that creativity. When you ignite that and you balance out your energies within your emotions, there is some kind of new opportunity here with the Queen of Pentacles. And it's somebody from your past. I think it's the same person that we've been talking about this whole reading. Okay. King of Pentacles, this is your minor arcana. Very grounded, stable, wealthy, successful. There's movement here. So there's movement towards this energy. The World. So there's a completion of a cycle here with this energy. Got the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and then the King of Pentacles again. He was sideways. So sideways energies for me are just, they're fluid right now. So it's something that's working through. Those energies are very fluid. This looks like it could be marriage. There's a completion of a cycle, though, that needs to happen in order for you to receive this. You will have victory. And it's some kind of collaboration. You need to speak your truth. But again, that choice is yours. You have a choice. Wow. But this definitely looks like marriage, and stability and success and wealth. But there will be some kind of truth that will be revealed to you through a higher learning and a higher understanding and stability. And that's probably the cycle that needs to happen in order to complete. You need to find your stability, remain grounded, and gain that higher learning and that higher understanding on whatever it is that you have been through, or whatever it is within this relationship. You did get that cosmic seed earlier, so you have access to the infinite, you have access to source, and you just got to learn to balance and tap into those energies. Looks like there might be some confusion, though, on how to take some type of leap of faith. Yeah, it's definitely a twin flame energy here. There's some kind of alignment. It has to do with your destiny and balance. There's some serious balance that needs to happen here. And it's going to take some work. You're going to have to work through those late night depressions, anxiety, panic attacks even. Okay, Queen of Cups. This is the last one. And then we're going to pull a manifestation card. 333 on the timer. Emperor on the bottom of the deck. High Priestess to close it out here. So this could be a hidden energy, or this is, trusting your intuition on the things that you're being shown right now. You got that Four of Wands again, so that's that 1111 card. Four of Cups. This is having discernment. It's being under contemplation. Cycles closing. We got that World. And Six of Cups. This is something from your past. Some kind of past relationship. So again, this is, this is clarifying that Queen of Cups. So there was some kind of past relationship here with a Queen of Cups. Doesn't necessarily have to be their sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it's the energy that they embodied. So like I said before, it's somebody who's very intuitive. She's seen as a spiritual teacher. She, loves love, and she leads with her intuition. And there's some kind of completion of a cycle here that needs to happen. And you need to trust your intuition on the matter. And there's some confusion. But again, that choice is yours. That Two of Wands wants to keep showing, and we had it in the reading. It's a choice that you have to make. And it's, to find harmony within those arguments. Looks like there had been some arguments here, possibly. And some burdens need to end with this situation. But I do see victory here again. There is victory and recognition with this situation. Looks like this Empress very well could be waiting to hear from you. But yeah, there needs to be a completion of some kind of cycle. You might have been under some, again, that dark night of the soul, contemplating things, having discernment, working on yourself, and which is good. Those are things that need to happen. And that's why I was saying earlier in the meditation about those strong foundations. So within doing that, you are creating very strong foundations for a new opportunity with this person. But there is a closure of a cycle. It is all about divine timing. And there is a new opportunity. Okay, let's pull a manifestation card to close it out. One more shuffle. All right, we got Birthright of Love, open-hearted connection, be and model love, receive, give, and opulent abundance from the open heart. So yeah, this is telling you, it is your birthright. Again, you had that cosmic seed. I was saying that this was a divine union. So this is, it is your birthright. It's telling you to be that model of love and to give and receive with an open heart. So, you get what you give type energy. So make sure that your heart chakra is open. Listen to some 528 hertz frequencies to help balance out your chakras. And, you do have abundance coming and lying ahead of you once you get through this journey. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope this has helped. Take care.